to be alive. It is. The Panthers finally, Josh, your line is done. You can't say it anymore. They get a win over the Dirty Birds in Atlanta. And the best part of it all, now they're home and they're taking on the Bears this Sunday. Welcome to the digital edition of Black and Blue Kickoff Live. Will Kunkel, Josh Sims. Josh, I'm sorry, man, to take that away from you, dude.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm glad that streak came to an end. It was getting way too long. Panthers getting a win in Atlanta. We can stop talking about that. But before we get you ready for Sunday's game, go ahead. You know the drill. Take out your phones.
Already did
Use the hashtag. Well, see, Will's already got it. But have you out there done this? Using the hashtag BBKL to join in on the discussion. And by the way, share the link. Follow the show. Ask your questions. We'll be giving away merch. So don't miss out. Use the hashtag, like I said, BBKL. And we'll hear from you.
And by the way, like the link, too, because it's the whole Facebook thing. And I don't know how that works, but it's all about, like, getting in front of people. So share it and like it, too. You know, Facebook and their algorithms. It's smart people stuff. Now, unfortunately, we do have some bad breaking news today. The Panthers will have to extend their 3-game winning streak without the help of all-pro defensive tackle KK Short. Head coach Matt Rhule said today in his Wednesday press conference that Short will have season-ending shoulder injury. It's the second straight year that Short's season has ended this way, and this is actually the other shoulder, Josh, not the same shoulder as last year, so he had 6 tackles in 3 games this season.
Yeah, not good news to hear about KK Short. And another breaking news story, the Panthers have voluntarily gone into the NFL's intensive COVID-19 protocol. Now, this is after players were exposed to Falcons rookie defensive tackle Marlon Davidson, who tested positive for the virus after the game. Now, as of today, Carolina has not placed a player on the reserve COVID-19 list and are making the following precautionary measures to make sure they stay safe and follow all the rules. All players and coaches must wear masks during practice. Coaches can't hold meetings in small meeting rooms. They must be in team-size, larger rooms. Only 10 players can work out in the gym at the same time, along with 5 non-player personnel, including trainers, coaches, etc. COVID tests must be negative from the previous day to enter the facility. Meals must be grab and go. Players can be in locker rooms, but no more than 15 minutes. Masks must be worn while they are in those locker rooms. So a lot to follow here. So let's hear from head coach Matt Rhule on what's the most significant part of all of this.
The amount of guys in the weight room doesn't affect us. You know, speeding up the amount of time in the locker room obviously is just a little bit more challenge for the guys to get showered. You know, eating alone, you know, that's not, I mean, those aren't challenges. Those are just things that we need to do to be safe. I think the biggest thing is just wearing masks on the field while we're doing activities, obviously something new. And that can, you know, that poses, you know, that's different. I had a couple of players say to me today, like, wow, I respect you coaches for having had to do this whole time. But you know, all those things are minor at the expense of safety.
All right, so the Panthers are coming off a huge NFC South victory this past Sunday, and if Bridgewater and company want to get 4 in a row, they'll have to do that against Khalil Mack and the nasty Bears defense.
All right, so speaking of defense, the Panthers are starting to gel a little bit on that side of the ball. Guys like Justin Burris, Brian Burns, F.A. Obata, all breathing new life into that Carolina D. Let's hope that Brian Burns, by the way, with his concussion, is healthy and ready to go on Sunday. They'll have to watch out for Mr. Nick Foles. Foles is coming off another big victory over, you guessed it, the GOAT, Tommy Brady? How about that? Here's some guys talking about football.
Try to get sacks, obviously, but we're really trying to get pressures. And, you know, getting hands up, you know, around the quarterback, getting our feet in the paint, our feet close to his feet, forcing a lot of quick throws and rush throws is what we're looking for. And the sacks usually come when the quarterback has to hold the ball or off the backside edge. Now we're still trying to get pressures, sacks inside.
You know, they got a great defense. They always had a great defense. It isn't just Khalil Mack. They got a lot of guys up front. You know, they got Eddie Jackson back there. They got Kyle Fuller. I know a lot of those guys too, so I know what a lot of them are capable of. So it's not that we're just keying on one person. You know, it's just another team. You know, we just go out there and do what we do.
They play well in the red zone. They're great on third downs, and they're very sound. You don't really see them blowing many assignments. So, you know, you just have to, you know, be on point with your game plan from a protection standpoint to route running to run schemes. Just want to make sure you put yourself in the right position and not let them, the soundness of their defense, force you into negative plays.
All right, that sounds simple enough. Well, last week it was Charleston. This week we had a few hours up the coast to Myrtle Beach. We turn now to WBTW's Chris Parks. Chris, appreciate you being on the show. How you feeling, buddy?
Good. How are you guys doing this evening? Nice to be on here and join you guys from sunny Myrtle Beach. Got out to play 18 holes today, so can't complain. Now into work and getting ready to watch the Panthers, of course, this weekend. Looking forward to their matchup against the Bears. And then tonight, too, a little bit closer to home here, Coastal Carolina plays Louisiana. In college football, we're looking forward to that matchup. But I know we're talking Panthers here, and boy, it's been fun watching them the last couple of weeks here win these last 3 games and the emergence of Mike Davis and just how well he's done at the running back position. Who would have thought the Panthers would be 3-0 without Christian McCaffrey? Mike Davis doing one heck of a job running there. Whenever Christian does come back, I tell you what, you got a nice two-headed monster there to help out Teddy Bridgewater and his great offense. And boy, they're doing fantastic things. With DJ Moore and, of course, Robbie Anderson having a big season as well, too. And the defense kind of starting to come together as well, too, with those pieces that you guys had just mentioned.
Okay, hold on. Before we hold on. We're doing work days all wrong, Josh.
Seriously.
Boy.
I got stuck on the golf part of it.
Yeah, so I haven't heard a thing you said since then. So you went out and played 18 before going into work today?
I did. Got up bright and early today at about 8 a.m. Got 18 holes. I showed up to work about a half hour late, but still got all my stuff in for the 6 o'clock show and get to watch Coastal Carolina football play tonight. And then, of course, our late shows. But yeah, it was like I got a little sunburn too. I don't know if you can see it on my forehead.
Yeah, we see plenty of it.
Forgot to put the hat on.
Tan. Look at it. Will, what are we doing wrong
What'd
here,
you shoot?
See? There it is.
It was not good. I parred 3 holes. Let's put it that way. The rest, I put smiley faces next to the holes.
All right, so how do you stop Khalil Mack? That's the big question the world wants to know.
Yeah, how do you stop him? I mean, obviously the guys in the offensive line are going to have to double team. Mike Davis is going to have to help out and chip block a little bit there as well, too. I mean, Khalil is just a monster, and you saw that against Tom Brady last week. I mean, he just got constant pressure, and you see the pictures there on him. And Teddy Bridgewater does not want to see him in his face, so obviously the guys are going to have to double team there. Mike Davis is going to have to help out in a big way, and they're going to have to give him protection to throw the ball. So a good run mix pass from both the receivers and the running backs, but just get as many people as you can on him. You got to slow him down somehow, and you can't have Teddy taking too many hits.
All right, Chris, so let's make some headlines here. We saw Matt Ryan, dude's washed, all right? Breeze, he's playing all right now. Brady, Teddy Bridgewater is the best quarterback in the NFC South. Tell me I'm wrong.
Currently right now, I'd say, yeah, why not? I mean, Matt Ryan has not been playing good. Geez, they're 0-5. Drew Brees has really regressed here, to say the least. You look at those passing numbers there. I mean, Drew definitely down. But Teddy's playing great. You can see his confidence building week in and week out. Goodness, the Panthers are averaging over 400 yards of offense per game now. So they keep bumping up every single week. And he just continues to get more and more confidence throwing to Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, and having a back like Mike Davis right now, who it's just, I think he had 60 receiving yards last week as well, too. So I won't go out. I don't mind going out on a limb and saying Teddy Bridgewater is playing the best football in the NFC South right now in terms of the quarterbacks, especially with these 3 straight wins.
The key word or words is right now. And yes, right now is true. It is true, but there's a full season ahead. But there's another quarterback. There's another quarterback for the Bears named Nick Foles. He's like the stud QB off the bench, winning Super Bowls, MVPs, doing everything he can. But how does this defense for Carolina slow him down on Sunday and stop being a cult hero?
I like their chances. I think the Bears are kind of down on their running backs right now with their guys, a couple of their guys being hurt. Nick Foles, he just comes in clutch at crunch time. I mean, that great pass he had there to beat Brady at the end there, throwing it down. I think a lot of pressure. I don't think he's overly mobile, so it's going to be up to the front 3, front 4 of the Panthers to get a little bit of pressure on him, kind of rattle him a little bit. I think if they do get some pressure and rattle him, I think his confidence goes down a little bit. But you can't count out Nick Foles, Super Bowl winner. He plays well in big games, but it's just all about getting pressure on him, rattle him a little bit, and shake him up.
All right, so the time for the big question. Now, Carolina is 4-6 all-time against the Bears, with the last win coming all the way back in 2014. Now, with that said, who you got on Sunday in this game?
low-scoring affair, but I'm going to take the Panthers at home by 3 points, 20-17.
That's the under.
That's the under there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be low scoring. I think the Panthers defense does come to play. They shut down Foles, but I don't think they're going to score a whole lot of points against this Bears defense. I think it comes down to the fourth quarter.
I like the under. I like the under before I saw the number. It's 44, so I think you were at 37.
Taking the under.
All right, under it is. Put all your money, your house and your cars, and your wife and your kids on that bet. I don't know what happens if you win. You bet your wife and kids. You don't get more. But anyway, Chris Parks, thanks for joining us, buddy. We appreciate it, man. And go enjoy another round of golf.
Yeah, plan on playing this weekend with the cooler temperatures down here. Appreciate you guys having me on.
God, you live the dream. I got to go.
Right? Let's take a trip down.
Come on down.
Take it easy, Chris. All right, here's a name Panthers fans haven't heard in a while, other than about his enormous house, Christian McCaffrey. He's eligible to come off the IR this week, but the Panthers will wait to activate the Pro Bowl running back for at least another week or two. They want to give him the right amount of time to heal up that high ankle sprain he suffered during a Week 2 loss to Tampa. Plus, there's this guy called Mike Davis. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's on an absolute tear right now. And before we debate this, we want to get you involved on the combo. If you were the Panthers GM, would you activate Christian McCaffrey this week? Chime in using the hashtag BBKL, and you could win a black and blue live t-shirt.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. All right, Chris, that's a very interesting picture to say the least. What do you do, Josh?
I'd let him stay out. If you keep winning, I mean, keep him resting, man. Get him ready for the playoffs, Will. Get him ready for the playoffs.
The Super Bowl! It's in Tampa. All right, but New Orleans first. The Saints are exploring the possibilities of playing home games, by the way, outside of the Superdome this season. The Saints confirmed yesterday that they're in talks with LSU about using Tiger Stadium to host future home games, thanks to the mayor down there and COVID-19. Guidelines by the city of New Orleans say the Superdome has no fans in there, and if both sides agree, the Panthers would travel to Baton Rouge in Week 7 to take on the Saints. So that would be pretty awesome. Bad news for the Panthers because fans would be there, and it would be rowdy.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Bad news for you. I really wanted you to be able to go to New Orleans and experience a game down there with fans. Not sure that'll happen. I mean, Baton Rouge could be cool, but it's not New Orleans, man.
If you're that mayor,
yeah,
I don't know, man. You're going to get a lot of angry texts, phone calls, tweets, and whatever else.
Yeah, he's sending them right to the secretary. He's out of the office if that happens.
Yeah, he's playing golf with Chris.
Anyway, if this year couldn't get any stranger, today the NFL canceled the Pro Bowl for the first time since 1949. I'm just seeing it right now as I'm reading it, man. But don't worry, the league will still announce Pro Bowl teams at the end of the season, so that's good. The change comes in response to the coronavirus pandemic. Surprise, surprise. However, the NFL did say selected players will participate in what the league called a variety of engaging activities. Really? Is that what we're talking about? So who
like
really
what?
knows what
7 minutes of heaven? Like what?
I wish I knew, man. I wish I knew.
Capture the flag and flashlight tag?
I don't think you can do any of that. Capture the flag involves being too close.
Yeah, you can't play capture the flag, but you can tackle each other on Sundays.
Hey, man, it's 2020.
Let's not regret. No one cares about the Pro Bowl.
All right, let's not forget about this. This is something you don't want to miss this weekend or any Sunday.
So true.
Black and Blue Kickoff Live. We'll be live back at Bank of America Stadium. Joining us is the rest of the gang. Al Wallace, Carla Gebhardt, Kevin Connolly. It's going to be great. Will, we're going to be at the Unknown Brewing Company this weekend.
Yeah, Poppy.
Hey, can't wait for that. So make sure you don't miss it because we have a great show in store for you.
All right, so I mentioned it earlier. Do it now if you haven't done it. Pick up your phone, share it, like it, tweet it, whatever. Just make sure you're watching and making a hit on that like button, please. And follow Josh and I on Twitter, okay? Will Kunkel, Fox 46, Josh, Fox 46. The discussion we're going to have this week about Christian McCaffrey and the contract, when you sub in Mike Davis, it's a good conversation to have. What do you think?
I can't wait to talk about it, man. And you all out there can get involved as well on Twitter. Just look for us, and we'll talk with you about it, too.
Hashtag BBKL. What do you think? Should they activate Christian McCaffrey this week? And also, is Mike Davis subbing in for Christian McCaffrey admirably enough to where that contract is a bit much?
Ooh,
that's it. That's Josh.
Hot takes.
This is Will. Chris Parks is on the golf course. Thanks for watching again this week. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, all right? Have a good night.